Hi everyone, it's Gillian and welcome back to my channel, Hooked and Smitten, and another crochet tutorial. For today's tutorial, we are going to be working on the Jack Skellington Granny Square. Let's get started. To begin round 1, you're going to start with a magic ring. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and that chain 3 counts as your first double crochet. In the ring, you're going to make 11 more double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11, and you're going to join to the top of the third chain with a slip stitch. And that is the end of round 1, and you should have a total of 12 double crochets. For round 2, you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and into the space where you made your slip stitch, you're going to make a double crochet. You're going to make 2 double crochets in the next stitch, and you're going to repeat 2 double crochets in the next stitch. And you're going to repeat all around and make 2 double crochets in the next stitch. Continue with that sequence of stitches and I'll meet you at the end. At the end of the round, you're going to join with a slip stitch to the top of the third chain. At the end of round 2, you should have 24 double crochets. For round 3, you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Into that same space where you made your slip stitch, you're going to make another double crochet. You're going to make 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and this will be the start of a repeat for round 3, and make 2 double crochets in the next stitch. And repeat 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and make 2 double crochets in the next stitch. Repeat this sequence around and I'll meet you at the end. At the end of the round, you're going to join to the top of the third chain with a slip stitch. And you're going to fasten off this round. At the end of round 3, you should have 36 double crochets. For round 4, we're going to be working into the back loop of all stitches around, and the back loop is the loop that is furthest away from you, and the front loop is the loop that's closest to you. And you can join in any of the stitches that you like. I'm going to join with a standing double crochet, and you can also use a chain 3. To make a standing double crochet, put a slip knot on your hook, and you're going to wrap your hook once, and working into the back loop, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to wrap your hook and pull through 2 loops, and then wrap your hook and pull through 2. In that same stitch, you're going to make another double crochet. Chain 2 and make 2 more double crochets into the same space. You're going to make 1 double crochet in the next stitch. You're going to make a half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. make 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, a half double crochet into the next 2 stitches, in the next stitch make 1 double crochet, and in the next stitch you're going to make your second corner, you're going to make 2 double crochets, chain 2, and make 2 more double crochets into the same space. And you're going to repeat, make a double crochet in the next stitch, a half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, you're going to make a single crochet into the next 2 stitches, make a half double crochet in the next stitch, in the next 2 stitches, and make a double crochet in the next stitch. And you're going to repeat this sequence all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end. At the end of the round, you're going to join to the first stitch, to the top of the first stitch with a slip stitch. And at the end of round 4, you should have 48 stitches. For round 5, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, make a double crochet into the next stitch. Into the chain 2 space, make 2 double crochets, chain 2, and make 2 more double crochets into the space. You're now going to make 1 double crochet into the next 12 stitches until you get to the next chain 2 space. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 12. Into the chain 2 space, make 2 double crochets, chain 2, and make 2 more double crochets into the same space. You're going to repeat this sequence all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end. This is the last round for the square, so we're going to fasten off here. And we're going to use an invisible join to finish off the square. And we're going to go into the first double crochet stitch under both loops, and then into the back loop of the last stitch. And then I like to go over to the first stitch, like the top of the chain 3. So now we're going to put the detail on the face, on the front of the square. To make the eyes, you're going to start with a magic ring. Chain 1, and that chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch. You're going to make 6 single crochets into the ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you're going to make a slip stitch into the first single crochet stitch. You can tighten your ring. And you're going to fasten off here. You want to leave a bit of a tail so you can sew it to the square. So that's what we're going to do next. And you want to make 2 of these. We're going to attach the first eye, and I have my needle already threaded. I'm going to place the first eye. I place it right on top of the second round, like that. And I just go in the stitch and up through the next one. And I just repeat that all around. It depends on what you're making. You can probably use buttons for this. And you're going to add the second one in the same way. So do that, and when we come back, we're going to make the nose and the mouth. For the nose, we're going to go into the center of the square. And I go not into the row here, but into the stitch. And off to the opposite side. And back into the center. And then you can go and hide your ends in the back. And you're going to fasten in the other end the same way. And next up, we're going to make the mouth. For the mouth, I'm going to be working into round 2 right about here. So I'm going to insert my hook here. And I'm going to go up. Between the eye and the start of the mouth, I left 1 double crochet stitch open. And then I'm going to skip 1 stitch in between also. So I'm going to go down right about here. and skip one stitch and go back into that last space. And that's going to be your repeat, so skip one in between. And for me, I just think it looks better that way versus having the stitches really close together. And you can try it out to see what you like best. So now we're going to give it the look that as though it's sewn, the mouth is sewn together. So you're going to work into the stitch like that. You don't want to work in between the stitch as otherwise it's going to fall through. So you want to give it a little bit of a secure. You want to secure it by working into the stitch itself. You don't want to go in between like that. And you can just, for this part, you can just make them as close together as you like, or as far apart, making them longer, shorter. And you don't want to pull these too tightly also. And I go into the very outer loops here so that it doesn't come through on the other side of the white. And you're gonna go ahead and stitch in your remaining ends. And this is what the front of the pattern looks like. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, share it, and I will see you in the next video.